Hi, this is David Wright, and you're listening to WICR.
All right, we're back for another segment. See, we're already chatting already. We're back for another segment, and during the break, you were saying that you met you saw Quentin Tarantino.
Well, so I met him. So I'm at a pizza shop at one in the morning on Carmine Street in the city. It was a place called Joe's Pizza. Apparently, it's famous.
Classic.
Yeah,
Classic.
and a bunch of
It's a little chain within New York City.
Right, and a bunch of celebrities go in there. So I'm in the pizza shop at 1 in the morning, and I get my pizza, and I look to my right, and there he is, Quentin Tarantino himself, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and we make really awkward eye contact, and I just turn away, and I'm like, oh my God, is this actually Quentin Tarantino? So now I wanted to say something to him because one of my teachers at my school, at my acting school, was in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, where?
An actor, Paul Calderon. Great guy, incredible actor, and just an amazing teacher. And he was in Pulp Fiction. He was the guy. So Marcellus.
Marcellus Wallace.
No, he wasn't Marcellus. Okay. He was. Remember when Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson when we meet Marcellus for the first time and we go to the bar?
Yeah.
Remember the guy that opens the door, the bartender? That's him.
That's sick.
That's him, yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy. And he's, and after all the billings of, the lead parts in the film, he's the first billing for everyone else. So, he worked with Tarantino on Pulp Fiction, so I had a lead into the conversation. I said, hey, do you know Paul Calderon? So I said, Mr. Tarantino, I'm an actor, and, Paul Calderon was my teacher, and he's like, oh, yep, Paul, yep, great guy, yep. And then I'm, I still can't believe that I'm seeing him. Mm-hmm. So I actually made a horrible mistake. I said to him, can I get a picture with you? Nope. And apparently he hates pictures.
Yeah.
And I never knew that. So I wish I knew that 5 minutes before I asked him the question to take a picture.
That's like part of the allure of being a They know you by name.
Right.
That's true.
Like us know the guy by face, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, as a director, Tarantino could probably walk down the street. You'll get people calling him out here and there, but it ain't like being a big name A-list celebrity, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. You're right. Directors, their faces aren't like their biggest selling point.
Mm-hmm. And he's probably one of the most popular directors.
Oh, absolutely. So, he's got to be.
So, yeah.
Everybody can name at least
him, James Cameron, he's the director.
See, but if you saw Cameron walk down the street, you think he's any other guy. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Yeah. Well, Tarantino also is a distinct.
Yeah, it's very distinct. You see Ridley Scott walking down the street, you think he's just an old dude.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Some old dude.
Right.
Christopher Nolan, just some British guy.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about all the movies that are coming out. Like we just mentioned before, like a lot of them are reboots, and I'm kind of tired of it. I don't like that. Like, so if I would be upset if they, I wouldn't be too upset, but if they made a Rush Hour 4, I'd kind of be like, all right, y'all done.
Right, how many movies? How many Rush Hours are you gonna make?
Exactly, and that's a great series. Like they could have.
Is it with? Are they talking about making a fourth?
There's always talks about making forth. There's talk about Bad Boys 3. There's talks about all these old movies just coming back. All these old. They wanted to make like a Fresh Prince reboot or something. I'm like, no.
No way. You can't touch that.
You can't. No. Why do you think that there's so many reboots? Like we talk about money, but like at the same.
Because you know why? And I caught myself doing it too. If I'm flipping through HBO or whatever on TV, and there's 20 movies playing on 20 different channels, and I see a movie that I know and that I like, and then I see a movie that I kind of don't know. 9 out of 10 times, I'm going to watch the movie that I've already watched 50 times, because I know what I'm getting with it. And I think that's the same psyche that everyone kind of has when they want to know what they're going to see.
It goes back to the mind about the money. You don't want to waste your time.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you lose your time, you don't get it back.
That's it.
Next thing you know, you watch a really trash movie, hour and a half is gone, and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that this is going to continue like this?
Oh, Hollywood's always going to pump out, we'll all, like 50 years from now, Transformers will still be a franchise. And
Star Wars just came back. They got a new Blade Runner movie coming out.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. So you're always going to have that. But the nice thing is that you have, you have film companies and whatnot, that are more low key and whatnot, and now with distribution platforms such as Amazon or Hulu or whatever, you could get good content as kind of a no name onto these platforms, and even though it might not capture an incredible large audience, you still get to say that your movie's there.
But it's also like you kind of have to balance it, in my opinion, with like there's like the idea of there is an independent movie, but there might be the chance where you hit lightning in a bottle and you strike. Get Out.
Right.
Get Out, for example.
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, no background in horror, strictly known for doing Key and Peele and being a comedian. Comes out with a horror movie, one of the highest grossing horror movies of all time. Probably the highest until it came through. I don't know the specifics of it.
Okay, yeah.
Then you have movies like that. Then you have another movie like Baby Driver, which is by director Edgar Wright, known for making Scott Pilgrim, Hot Fuzz, and all that stuff. But his name is relatively unknown, unless you're like a film junkie like one of us, like us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you find the balance. Every year there are those movies that are a brand new idea that are always really, really good. But you have to think about it, right? For every 2 of those movies that are good, how many fail? How many flop?
Oh my God! It's insane.
It's ridiculous.
And that's just what's so crazy too. Is like it's just as competitive for not only for your movie to succeed, but for your movie to even get looked at or picked up before. Or like just as much as it is trying to get like an acting job or a singing job or or trying to get a record or it's across the board on how difficult it is. And you're right. For every movie that you see that has a success story, there's thousands that either never got made or did get made or
They all get swept right under the rug. You never hear about it.
Yep.
That's a fact. And with Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff, do you think that Netflix and Hulu will go away and movie theaters will still stick, or do you think that the movies will go away and Netflix and Hulu and HBO, that's the way that we're gonna watch from now on?
I always think that I think movie theaters are going to be around forever. Now, how many of them that
varies.
Yeah.
Does it just strictly become, because I know there's a bunch of independent movie theaters,
Right.
but does it all become AMC Regal? You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Right. You're absolutely right. I think it's going to be condensed in some way in the future because people are just not going to the movies like as they once were. Why? Because you wake up, you look at your phone, you can watch a movie on it.
Yeah, right. I can watch Netflix literally right now if I want. I can pull up a movie right now.
That's a fact.
That's what it is. So and someone had this, I think it's called the displacement theory, where back in the day, I was listening to a guy who said they thought. When there was the newspaper, when the radio was invented, they thought, oh, that's the end of the newspaper. No, it just was a different venue. Like, it didn't make the newspaper extinct. When the TV came, was it gonna, make the radio extinct? No,
there's enough space for all of it
exactly
to coexist. I agree.
Yep.
I just think it's becoming now the idea that movie theaters are flopping nowadays. It's a good storyline because everybody goes, oh, movie theaters are doing tickets for $17-$15, popcorn, blah blah blah. It's so expensive nowadays. Then you have certain phenomenons like Get Out, things that are making you go to the movies. So it proves as long as you make good content, that the crowd's gonna be there.
Right.
Saying there is a barrier to entry nowadays. Obviously, ticket prices are rising.
Yeah.
It's so much more expensive. But to people like me, going to the movie theater is an experience.
Exactly.
It's an experience like
it.
any other. Unless you have a crazy home theater, it's different than It's different than watching it on IMAX as opposed to watching it on your 50-inch TV. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree with you. So over the summer, I saw Dunkirk 70 millimeter in IMAX.
Oh, I still haven't seen it.
Oh,
I've seen Hateful Eight on 70 millimeter.
It's amazing.
And Hateful Eight is actually a great example of watching a movie in the movie theaters because Tarantino crafted it in a way where there's an intermission.
Oh, he did,
so
right.
halfway in, you can go to the bathroom, get food. It goes Act 1. Intermission. Gives it 15 minutes. Come back. There's like a little like setup. Like, this is what happened the past like 45 minutes. Here, come back to the movie. Stuff like that is
That's
pretty cool.
That's great.
Yeah, I do miss like the experience of going to. I haven't been to the movies because I like the prices and stuff.
Because we broke.
Because that's a fact. That's the reason why I didn't go to the movies. But you brought up a good point that there are always good movies and there's always gonna be that make it, like Get Out, and all that stuff. But there's also movies that are bad, of course. That they say will do well, project will do well, but don't do well.
Paranormal Activity, like 8. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Saw 47. Like,
they definitely had 8. We just don't know about it.
Those movies just become direct to DVD.
You're right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's sad today because we don't have DVDs no more. But
No.
The Blockbuster.
Oh, Blockbuster.
Yeah, the Hollywood Video, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
what's it called? But also that happens on Netflix too, because Netflix now you don't see exactly which, like how much. So you'll know which shows are the most popular because everybody talks about it. But there's only certain amount of shows that people watch, but they won't tell you which shows people aren't watching. But it'll be there for however many months, and they'll have it up there, but you won't know. And that's the problem with Netflix, that they'll never tell you. The movies, they'll say, oh, we only made this much. They only made this much because of ticket sales
Netflix
and all
keeps
that stuff.
everything really,
Netflix
really
keeps
private.
everything secret, so it's
Right.
kind of like the same as the movies, where they still have tons. They have so many shows and movies that you can't watch all of them, and there are a lot that are bound to flop. But also now, you have your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many shows that will make it, and that'll push Netflix, push people to
let's
watch
think
it.
about it for a second, right? For every Stranger Things, Masters of None, Narcos, how many are there other Netflix shows that you don't even watch?
Yep.
Oh my, there's so many. I mean, if you literally went on Netflix right now,
And just searched it by originals. Actually, yeah, we're gonna do a little test. Yeah, right?
seriously, look how many titles there are. There's thousands.
Narcos, they have.
I'm telling you, for every good show like Stranger Things,
House of
Masters of None,
Cards.
which is my personal favorite,
Mhm.
you have Narcos, House of Cards.
Ozark.
There's another bunch of shows that are
Ozark,
just
yep.
you haven't heard of.
Netflix originals or TV shows?
Originals.
Originals, yeah.
Black Mirror's on there, which is a solid pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, and I forgot.
Look at that.
Netflix,
Unreal,
Netflix
dude.
is also giving Comedy Central a run for its money when it comes to the comedians, because a lot of
Oh yeah, the
comedians are
specials.
putting-
Yeah. Oh,
Special
absolutely.
They got
Yep.
Chappelle back.
Yep.
That's huge. They
Yeah.
got Louis C.K. doing custom stuff.
Mhm.
Aziz Ansari,
Yep.
Kevin
Mhm.
Hart.
They have a special every week this year.
Yeah, they've been promoting, and it's a lot of people who
Oh,
actually are finally getting their due.
There's a special that just came out that I'm gonna watch too. Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, all these old comedians, because it's the 25th anniversary of Def Jam Comedy, and Russell Simmons. He has his own YouTube channel called All Def Digital. So like we said before, they put out content. They have comedians that work there and stuff like that. And once they make it there, then people see their talent. Now they're getting picked up to do other shows and movies and stuff like that. So, but that's again another special that Netflix picked up, and now they have the opportunity to make it somewhere else. And so we're gonna switch over a little bit, and we're gonna talk a little about hockey right now. Since we have Gabe in the room, we got Joe in the room.
All right.
What are Las Vegas?
Vegas Golden
Vegas
Knights.
Golden Knights, the first season of the Vegas Golden Knights. Who do you think is gonna win? Because I don't think Pittsburgh's gonna win this year.
The Cup.
I don't think that.
I don't know. I don't.
This is a good season.
Yeah. No. I don't know. I think. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Pittsburgh winning again. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Letang's going to be healthy. They still got play. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I still think Pittsburgh's the favorite, especially if Matt Murray's the real deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is, because he's only had sample sizes yet, even though he's played well in the playoffs. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's wide open this year.
I think-
Everyone's on Edmonton. I don't think Edmonton's going to the Cup. Yeah, I
They need more experience.
they don't have the pieces on D, and
That's a fact.
so
I mean, well, they do have Darnell Nurse, and he's a beast. He was one of my favorite players on Team Canada because he's a hungry player. But Tampa, we got Stamkos back. We got Vasilevsky in net.
Tampa's gonna improve a lot this year.
I'm excited to see Ottawa though. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do because last playoffs, Carlson was injured. Like he still played with them.
And he was amazing.
Still amazing, bro.
Every game, he was a human highlight reel.
Right. Changes
Changes the outcome when he's on the ice every time.
right.
I actually think he's the most valuable player in the game. I actually think he's more valuable than Crosby or McDavid because he just controls so much more of the game.
I think you could say he's 1A, 1B. Crosby and Carlson.
But you know why I even put Carlson above that? Because Carlson plays 30 minutes a night. Carlson's on the ice for half the game. Crosby's only on the ice for 20 minutes, 22 minutes.
That's a fact. That's true.
I think I watching Carlson. I mean, remember that pass that he made?
Yes.
Remember that pass he made against
Yes.
Boston where he literally threw the puck
Yes.
three lines across in the air and it landed perfectly on who was it, Hoffman's stick?
Yeah.
He's
That-
amazing.
That's a fact. I'm still surprised the Method is playing though. I would have left, bro. After Crosby slashed my finger, Yo, I'm out of there. Why don't you think Crosby got a penalty for that though?
Because he's Sidney Crosby. Well, actually, to Crosby's defense on that play with Mathot, that was a standard slash. Everyone whacks each other.
Yeah.
That was just an unfortunate thing where he just it wasn't malicious. What was malicious though was 2 weeks after when he spears the guy on Buffalo,
Yep.
and nothing happens, and then Marchand does it in Boston, and he gets suspended, rightfully so. But why doesn't Crosby get suspended?
That's a fact. Same politics in hockey. What do you think is gonna? How do you think the Golden Knights are gonna do this season? Because their first season, obviously, but they still have good players. They still have Fleury in net. Who they took Neal
James Neal,
from Nashville. They still have great players because they got to take from each team. But what do you think they're gonna do this season?
I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think the Central Division is loaded. They're going to have 5 teams in the playoffs in the Central. We have Minnesota, St. Louis, Nashville, Chicago, Winnipeg, and who am I missing? Oh, Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And Dallas is going to be great this year. So
Yeah.
I think I think there are too many teams out west for the Knights to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think they'll be okay. I think they're a year or so away from making it.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's the same situation where, okay, I don't have a background in hockey at all, but as the way things are going within basketball, everything's West heavy.
Right.
Is everything within the NHL, is it even, or the East and the West have an even chance to make it through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's way more even because Pittsburgh won. Pittsburgh is on the East and they won.
Yep.
Ottawa Ottawa would have been a great team to win. They went 7 games, right, with Pittsburgh?
7. Yeah.
Yo,
They went 7.
Game 7 finals are like the most it's just so anxious throughout the entire.
Yeah,
Just
it was
feel
the-
for the people watching the game live.
I
It was
can't.
the Eastern Conference Finals.
My friends and I, because I mean that's like obviously art and entertainment, all that stuff. But my other religion in life is hockey,
Yeah.
as you know, Andrew. And you need to be there for when we watch a Ranger playoff game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think we need to get out of here. There's another show who's here, but thank you so much, Joe. Thank you, Gabe, for coming. This was a great interview, our first interview of the year, and
right.
we'll definitely have you back next time, man. This is We Got It Covered. We're out.